Harvey Specter is a charismatic individual who exudes confidence and occasionally arrogance. When first introduced to this character, he's portrayed as the best closer in New York.
Jessica, have I come at a bad time?
Gerald, this is Harvey Specter. He's our best closer.
He values loyalty above all else, a theme repeatedly emphasized throughout the show. Although he initially appears to be a strong-willed character, he has unresolved issues and fears beneath the surface. He often relies on his professional achievements to mask those insecurities.
Harvey, I am sorry, all right? But I need you to listen to me now.
Listen to you? You know when I would have listened to you? That night.
Jessica threatened me.
I don't care. Anyone comes at you with any threat at all, you come to me. I don't give a shit if it's the Queen of England. You come to me, you tell me everything. That's what goddamn loyalty is.
Let's delve deeper into the psychological layers that define Harvey Specter, his fears, defense mechanisms, and eventual transformation. 1. Fear of intimacy. Harvey demonstrates classic signs of emotional unavailability by not actively engaging in his relationships, whether personal or professional. He believes that showing emotion makes him vulnerable. For Harvey, to open up is to give others leverage, something he dreads. Although he projects a carefree attitude, he does care but makes a point of never expressing it. This fear is evident as early as Season 1, Episode 8 titled Identity Crisis, as Harvey's fear of intimacy is revealed subtly but not in its entirety. He refrains from opening up to his secretary, Donna Paulson, about the ethical and moral dilemmas he faces in his case. Instead, he chooses to remain closed off and deflects the conversation with humor. This episode delves into Harvey's internal struggles, highlighting the challenges he faces in maintaining his facade of being an invulnerable person. In Episode 10 of Season 1 titled She Knows, Harvey experiences a fallout with Jessica Pearson, the managing partner and his boss. Donna Paulson, his secretary, tells Harvey that she knows him well, including his mood swings and the times where he tries to hide them. However, instead of engaging in the emotional intimacy that she's trying to create, Harvey responds with wit and humor, avoiding any vulnerability. He puts up a wall to guard himself against emotional conversations and shifts his focus to work, demonstrating his emotional detachment. Harvey's romantic relationships suffer the same fate. In episode 15 of season 1, we can see Harvey's fear very evidently when he struggles to open up to his love interest, Scotty. When Scotty confronts him and demands a more committed relationship, Harvey tries to use wit to get out of this situation, as he struggles with the idea of opening up and having the ability to connect with her on a deeper emotional level. This is the result of not wanting to appear vulnerable, and committing to someone involves surrendering control. 2. Fear of abandonment. Harvey's fear of abandonment stems from childhood trauma.
Your mother. I was 16 when I caught her cheating. I knew if I told my dad, he'd... Next 2 years went by, I didn't say a thing, and she went right on, just making him a fool.
Although much of his childhood is not explored in the show, it is clear that he had a troubled upbringing marked by a difficult relationship with his mother. She cheated on his father and left the family, making Harvey a product of a broken home. As a result of these experiences, he developed a deep-seated resentment toward his mother and struggled with trust issues. He was afraid of being abandoned again, just as she had abandoned the family. It's not that Harvey doesn't want a connection, but that he fears it might be taken away. Number 3. Fear of betrayal. His mom is a primary reason for him valuing loyalty more than anything. Throughout the show, it is shown how much emphasis he has on loyalty.
Did you keep it from me 4 years ago?
I don't even remember seeing it 4 years ago.
Then I don't give a shit what it implicates. You don't keep it from me now.
I had never made a mistake like that, and I thought that I needed to...
Look, keeping it from me isn't a mistake. It's a decision.
I wanted to protect you.
Lying to me doesn't protect me. It betrays me.
He saw the repercussions of it growing up. It is also a way he checks the depth of his relationships, which gives him surety, stability, and security in his personal and professional life. His fear of betrayal results from his fear of abandonment. In his case, they are linked to each other. We can see this fear. Initially, in Season 1, Episode 1 pilot, we can see the signs when he hires Mike as his associate. He is hesitant in trusting him, which is one of the early signs of his fear of betrayal. Harvey's always had a hard time trusting Lewis, and Episode 12, Mock Trial, shows exactly why. Lewis was supposed to be a witness for Harvey in the mock trial, but he ended up sabotaging his own testimony on purpose, which totally threw the case off. That moment fractured the fragile trust Harvey had begun to place in Lewis. Lewis kept walking this thin line, trying to make himself look good in front of Jessica by throwing Harvey under the bus whenever he could. And that just made things worse. It's already tough when you're up against other firms, but when your own colleagues are messing with you, that's a whole other level. Donna lied to him and Jessica played him a few times. Sure, maybe their hearts were in the right place, but their actions crossed some lines. After all that, it's no surprise Harvey didn't trust easily. He figured the only person he could count on was himself. Defense mechanisms: humor, control, and avoidance. Throughout the series, Harvey uses humor and charm as emotional shields. When he's uncomfortable, he leans into sarcasm. When things get personal, he redirects. When emotions run high, he buries himself in work. These behaviors aren't mere personality quirks, they're defense mechanisms. Control is another central theme. Harvey needs to be in control of outcomes, of conversations, of perceptions, because control means safety. Vulnerability, on the other hand, means risk. Character growth, from armor to openness. Despite his emotional armor, Harvey evolves, and that evolution is slow, messy, and real. The turning point begins when he mentors Mike Ross. Their bond forces Harvey to reevaluate trust. Mike challenges Harvey, but also proves that vulnerability can lead to connection, not just pain. In later seasons, Harvey starts letting go. He places his trust in people like Lewis Litt, despite their rocky history. In the final season, Harvey even leaves town and entrusts Lewis with leading the firm, a powerful symbol of growth from somebody who once relied solely on himself. But perhaps the most significant evolution happens in the series finale. Harvey confronts his deepest fear: intimacy. By opening up to emotional push and pull, he chooses vulnerability. He chooses connection. He chooses love. And in marrying Donna, Harvey Specter finally drops the act, not as a sign of weakness, but of strength. Conclusion. In the series finale, Harvey faces challenges with intimacy yet again, but this time challenges himself and finally opens up to Donna. Despite his fear of betrayal and abandonment, Harvey overcomes his insecurities and decides to marry Donna. Harvey Specter begins Suits as the embodiment of control, charm, and invulnerability, a man armored in sharp suits and sharper wit. But throughout the series, we see those walls slowly dismantle. What emerges is a man who dares to trust, to love, and to be vulnerable. In choosing Donna, in trusting Lewis, and in mentoring Mike, Harvey doesn't just close deals, he finally opens up.